Alright guys, so in the last episode we created the category section, and in this episode we are going to be building the amenities section, which is almost kind of similar to the category section because we'll be taking a very similar approach. So we'll go back to our own localhost and I'll go to VS Code and come to sections, and I'll call these amenities. So say amenities Astro. Then I'll just go to the categories and I'll copy everything and paste it in the amenities file. What I just need to do is to get rid of all this right here. I'll leave this as it is, and I think I'll get rid of all these as well. So I'll save and go to my index.astro file. I'll say here should be the amenities section. So here should be amenities. Alright, so if we check back now, we should get same text. Yeah, so what we just have to do is to copy this text right here, and I will go to the amenities file and replace it and do the same to the text because they both have the same styling, like so. So if we check back on ours now, you can see that okay, this is almost the same as this. So we can just decide to if we want to be spot on with the design, I just get rid of the max width that's here. So we can just get rid of this and this. So if we check now, yeah, so it's similar to this one. All right, so for this section, we're going to follow the approach of creating an amenities card component so that we can pass all these as props to the actual components that we'll be creating. So I will come right here and make sure that we're on components, and I'll call this amenity card or Astro, and we'll bring in the code friends like so. I'll quickly bring in the things that we'll be passing. So passing the icon, the name, and the description, I guess. So say Astro props. So let's check. So icon, name, and description. Okay. So if you want to have a better type safety, you can just do interface props. Then you can add the different types to it and all. Then just say as props like so. This is going to work, but I'll just leave it as it is because we already know the types and what we're passing is not really complex. So I feel what I think is an overkill, so I'll just leave it like so. Then we'll also need to import these icons right here like so, because we'll be passing the name of the icons as props, because we can't pass in this entire icons from Lucid React because we're going to get an error. So we'll be using their names to pass them, and we'll check if the name matches. If the name matches the icon, then we'll render that particular icon. So we'll import the let me just say from Lucid React. If I can type well. So the first one will be the dumbbell. That one will be the utensils icon, this one. Next one will be the waves ladder. Then the last will be the Wi-Fi icon. Alright, so create a div. So basically now we're just trying to style the components. So create a div, and I'll give this a class of flex core. Items should be center, justify should be center as well. Give it a border radius of large, then add a border and add a padding of 4, then the text should be center, like so. Then inside the div, we'll create another div again. I'll give this a class of bg primary and add a class of flex. Height should be 12, width should be 12. And a good way to go about this is that if your height and your width are the same values, you can just do size 12. It's going to fit both cases. Then items should be center. There should be items. Then justify should be center as well. Then rounded should be 4. So essentially we're styling this icon like so. Then inside it, we're doing some checks. So we use the curly brackets. So we say if the icon is equals to Wi-Fi, then we want to do something else. If the icon is equals to let's say utensils, again same approach. And we're getting some errors, so let me just quickly pass in the Wi-Fi component to see if the error will go away. Yeah, I think it went away. So I just give this one a class name, and the size should be 6. I'll give it a text of white. Now if you are wondering why this is class name and this is class, remember we are inside an Astro file or an Astro component. And remember I said that Astro and HTML are basically the same, so you can write HTML, so you can use HTML inside Astro, but this Wi-Fi icon is a React component, and you know that class is a reserved keyword in React, so that's why we're using the class name. I hope that makes sense. Then the same thing here, we just say utensils, if I can spell. Okay, there's no n, so utensils icon, and still the same class name as well. So size 6, text white. So let me see if I can copy this 2 more times. So copy it like so, say 1, and copy another one again. Then this time we can just say else. We just want to show null. So if there's nothing at all, we'll leave it at null. Then I guess it should be a, yeah, so this one should be dumbbell, and this should be the dumbbell. The last one should be the waves. Let's call it waves ladder. So it should be waves ladder. So we save. Then just underneath this, we'll bring in our h3 tag, and we'll pass in the name. And for the styling, we'll give it margin top of 4, text large, and layers of font bold. Then for the p tag, pass in the description. And for the styling, we'll say text should be muted foreground, and also add a margin top of 4 as well. Or instead, what you can still do is to just do a margin bottom of 4. I think this will be much better. So I don't know if we really need this anymore. Alright, so what we need to do now is to come to our amenities file, and right here we want to bring in the amenities card, And before we pass the props here, we just have to do some styling. So I will see space y should be 6. So once space between each card. Then on large devices and up, we want this to be 4. But on medium devices, we want the space y to be 0. So I want to get rid of it. Then now we can start passing the prop. So see icon should be, we called it Wi-Fi, if I'm correct. Yeah. Then we'll pass in the name. The name says, let me just go to the actual website and copy it. So I'll quickly fill out all the components and get back to you. All right, so I've added all the right data. So we just need to check if everything is coming through. So, and I guess everything is coming through. So the only thing we need to add is some margin between this icon and the heading. So we can come to the amenities card. And right here, I could just add a margin bottom of 4. So yeah, then if we go to mobile, so you have, or on tablet we have 2 columns, and on mobile everything is stacked on top of each other. All right guys, that's it for this lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to be building the dining section.